Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you for this morning Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. Little Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vyasadeva Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, मंत्राज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की, शील प्रभुपाद की। Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, verse 14. Right? 14, no? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. तस्यैव मेघस्य परवरेषु व्यासक्तचित्तस्य गृहे स्वाभीक्षणाम् निर्वेदमूल द्विजशापरूप यत्र प्रसक्तो भयम् आशुधते तस्यैव मेघस्य परवरेषु व्यासक्तचित्तस्य गृहे स्वाभीक्षणाम् निर्वेदमूल द्विजशापरूपो यत्र प्रसक्तो भयमाशुधते तस्यैव वीक्षणम् निर्वेदमूलो द्विजशापरूपो यत्र प्रसक्तो भयमाशुधते तस्यैव मेघस्य परावरेषु व्यासक्तचित्तस्य गृहेषु भीक्षणा निर्वेदमूलो द्विजशापरूपो यत्र प्रसक्तो भयमाशुधते। माताजी तस्यैव मेघस्य परावरेषु व्यासक्तचित्तस्य गृहेषु भीक्षणाम् निर्वेदमूलो द्विजशापरूपो tasyaiva meghasya paravaresho vyasakta chittasya griheshu nirvedamulo dvijashaparupo yatra prasakto bhayamasudhate. Word to word translation. Tasya, his, eva, certainly, may, mine, agasya, of sinful, para, transcendental, avara, mundane, isha, controller, the supreme lord, vyasakta, overly attached, chittasya, of the mind, griheshu, to family affairs, abhikshanam, always, nirvedamulaha, the source of detachment, dvijashapa, cursing by the Brahmana, rupaha, from form of, yatra, whereupon, parashaktaha, one who is affected, bhayam, fearfulness, ashu, very soon, dhate, take place. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of both the transcendental and mundane worlds, has graciously overtaken me in the form of Brahmana's curse. Due to my mind being too attached to family life, the Lord, in order to save me, has appeared before me in such a way that only out of fear I will detach myself from the world. Please repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of both the transcendental and the mundane world, has graciously overtaken me in the form of a Brahmana's curse. Due to my being too much attached to family life, the Lord, in order to save me, has appeared before me in such a way that only out of fear I will detach myself from the world. Purport. Maharaja Pariksit, although born in the family of a great devotee, the Pandavas, and although securely trained in transcendental attachment for the association of the Lord, still found the allurement of the mundane family life so strong that he had to be detached by the plan of the Lord. Such direct action is taken by the Lord in case of a special devotee. Maharaja Pariksit could understand this by the presence of the topmost transcendentalist in the universe. The Lord resides with His devotees, and therefore the presence of the great saints indicates the presence of the Lord. The king, therefore, welcomed the presence of the great rishis as a mark of favor of the Supreme Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshushrunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kankshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Gonitai ki Shri Radha Madhava ki Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan ki. So, this is, Bhagavatam is complete in its own self. Every time when you open the text of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to discuss, we always end up glorifying that particular text because Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam itself is fully glorious. Every verse, every word, every sentence of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is very, very special. When you read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and you have with special mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, so every time when you read every single verse, you find new things. And again when you read the same verse, again you find something more new, something more interesting in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And many speakers around the world, when they speak Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Shri Bhagavatam Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, all ISKCON temples, we have Nityam Bhagavata. Every day Bhagavatam is recited. And today we have more than 700 temples and in India 300 plus centers. So imagine 300 centers together at this same time, reciting one verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and everyone mentioning, this is a very special verse. This is a very special verse. This is a very, very important chapter. And this Bhagavatam is all about. And today, by the mercy of Shri Gonitai, Radha Madhava, and Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, and all the Vaishnavas, we are actually, after 2.5 years, I understand, we have come to the last chapter of the first canto. Isn't it? It's the last chapter, I guess, right? 19th chapter. Another few 20 verses. In almost 2.5 years plus, we will be completing the first canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Srila Prabhupada ki. So that's the mercy. Once Bhakti Siddhanta was giving Bhagavatam class and suddenly darshan opened. And some of his disciples went and started taking darshan intensely. So Bhakti Siddhanta said, what are they doing? He said, what are they doing? They said they are taking darshan of the Lord. They cannot see the Lord like this, he said. They cannot see the Lord like this. Lord is seen through the ears. The Lord is seen through the ears for the Vaishnavas. When they hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the glories of the Supreme Lord from the devotees in the bona fide parampara, and then when they see the Lord reveals Himself. The Lord reveals Himself to purify the devotee who has come for darshan. Then, that was the mention by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Now, Pariksit Maharaj is this verse in this chapter where Srila Sukadeva Goswami appears. Technically, he appears in Shuktal, right? We went this year also you went, no. Last year you went. Shuktal is a place, and our Radhakant Prabhu is going today. Hopefully he'll go to Shuktal. It's a place where Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam was spoken. The only material resident of that Bhagavatam narration is still residing there, no? You saw him? Who's that? Huh? Panyanti, Vatavriksha. The tree is still there, Prabhu. If you get a chance, you go. The tree is still there under which Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam was spoken. And we understand that this is the scene, the setting, the scene, what we call, this is the scene. Pariksit Maharaj is actually glorifying the sadhus, the rishis from all over the world who have appeared, manifested there. Because they heard the pure devotee Pariksit Maharaj is going to leave this world in 7 days. Pariksit Maharaj is going to leave this world in 7 days. All of them have appeared. And then in the scene in the future, further verses, we see Srila Sukadeva Goswami appears there. Srila Sukadeva Goswami appears there. He is 16 years old. Very beautiful narration is there in the Bhagavatam. But in this verse, Pariksit Maharaj is actually praying and begging in one way to the rishis who have manifested there that the Lord is very kind. By the curse of the Brahmana, he is relieving me because I am so attached to my family and my position, material position. Then I needed to be got out of it. And Prabhupada writes here in the purport, the Lord resides. Maharaj Pariksit could understand this by the presence of the topmost transcendental. Before that he writes, although securely trained in the transcendental attachment for the association of the Lord, still found the allurement of the mundane family life so strong that he had to be detached by the plan of the Lord. Such direct action is taken by the Lord in the case of a special devotee. Now, in the beginning of this chapter, we see that the chapter begins with repentance of Pariksit Maharaj, right? Now, we all know Srila Pariksit Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. And he feels thirsty, right? He feels thirsty and he goes to the ashram of Samika Rishi. And then Samika Rishi is in his trance and he puts the snake. And in those verses, if you read, while he's putting the snake and leaving, immediately at the moment he feels that, is the Rishi neglecting me? Or is he actually really in trance? That doubt comes to his mind, right? And there Srila Prabhupada writes in those verses in the purport that the pure devotee of the Lord is never affected by hunger and thirst. The pure devotee of the Lord is never affected by the hunger and thirst. But it is the will of the Lord to make this arrangement for Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to manifest. It's the will of the Lord. In the subsequent verses, Srila Prabhupada writes, very beautiful, this is such a narration, such an explanation about Pariksit Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada from his purports, what beautiful teachings is giving. In the subsequent verses you will see, Prabhupada writes in the purport that when Pariksit Maharaj came to know about his verse, about his curse from Shringi, because when Samika Rishi comes to know that Shringi has cursed by feeling so offended, we had tears in his eyes, Shringi felt so hurt and so pained that he cursed Pariksit Maharaj. The one who has done this to my father will leave this world on the 7th day from today, right? And will be killed by Takshak. He makes this statement, and when Shamika Rishi comes to know, he says, alas, what have you done, my son? You don't know who is Pariksit Maharaj. He is a pure devotee, great Rishi amongst the Rishis. He's such a great devotee, such a pure devotee. rajarsi, what have you done, my son? And he comes running, cries, and informs this to Pariksit Maharaj. There Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that Pariksit Maharaj, being a pure devotee of the Lord, had in his possession the strength by which he could counter this curse. Have you read that? Pariksit Maharaj, by his devotional service, by his purity, he had that strength that he could counter the curse. But he accepted it as the will of the Lord. So we see Pariksit Maharaj thinks about it, that did I actually put the snake? Did I do a mistake about it? Was he really sleeping? There also Srila Prabhupada writes, it was the will of the Lord. And here also Prabhupada writes that Pariksit Maharaj accepts this as a will of the Lord. This occurs as the will of the Lord for his actions. So when the Lord especially acts in the life of a devotee, that life of the Lord becomes very, very glorious. Very, very glorious. And it is recorded, and for the further benefit of humanity, it is sung always, for time immemorial. That is the life of a devotee. Because the Lord is always residing with his devotees. The glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it will always remind us this only. The life of a devotee. Sometimes many of our devotees ask, sometimes, some people come with question to question the answer only. They are not interested in the answer. They are interested in questioning the answer only. First they will come with one question and they will keep on questioning the answer only. Have you come across? They will only question the answer. And they will have, why this happened, why Pariksit Maharaj did like this, but why that was like this, why it is like this. Once I came across one devotee like this. I said, look, because it is like this, that is why it is in the Bhagavatam. Because it is so glorious, that is why it is in the Bhagavatam. Otherwise, if it is you and me, it doesn't have any sense only. Because we are sense gratifiers and senseless. Our life doesn't make sense to ourselves and nobody else. But these are glorious because it purifies the consciousness of a person. Purifies the consciousness of a person. Now, we say Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, this Vaishnava qualities which is exemplified by all the great acharyas and great devotees like Pariksit Maharaj in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the real essence. Real essence. Pariksit Maharaj is so strong. He had the darshan of the Supreme Lord in the womb of his mother, right? In the womb of his mother. The Lord came to protect, and as soon as he appeared in the world, he was searching for that beautiful form. Isn't it? It's written in the Bhagavatam, no? As soon as Pariksit Maharaj came out of the womb of his mother, he was searching. Where is that beautiful form which I saw in the womb of my mother? Where is that great personality, the Supreme Lord? And he is searching that form as soon as he has appeared. And that great personality's life is ending. We are discussing that. And what does he do before that? How dutiful he is. It's not like, he is glorifying the Lord now, and he's repenting, and he doesn't know about his duties, or he's so attached, he needs to be punished like this. No. The pure devotee of the Lord, very, very intelligent, because they have surrendered themselves to the will of the Lord. You understand? The pure devotees, they always surrendered themselves to the will of the Lord. Then they go beyond karma and jnana. They go beyond karma and jnana. On the platform of karma, one will just think about how he can get what he wants for his priyajan. Mama, sutamita ramani rachinta. Me, my family. But on the platform of jnana, if he doesn't have the mercy of a pure devotee, a sadhu Vaishnava, he will do the same thing what he has done in the karma knowingly. Knowingly means he has knowledge and he also have the intelligence to cover it. His own shortcoming. You understand my point? He has knowledge, but he also has an intelligence for his own personal sense gratification that he can cover it very nicely. हाँ मैं क्या करूँ, मगर क्या कर सकता है ऐसे, क्या कर सकता हूँ मैं ऐसे, भगवान यही चाहते क्या करूँ मैं, ऐसे जीना पड़ेगा, what to do, what I can do, क्या करूँ मैं. And then they will quote Shastras also. But when you hand over yourself to the will of the Lord, then that person, that Vaishnava, he will only go by the philosophical conclusion. He will go only by the life of pure devotees and acharyas. His way of living is based on the teachings given by the acharyas and pure devotees in their own lives. Coming to Pariksit Maharaj, Pariksit Maharaj was not someone who was very, having difficulties. We know just few chapters before, when Kaliraj was trying to conquer, his time had come. He had the strength to control Kaliraj, no? As soon as he saw the cow and the bull were being attacked, right? He removed his sword and he wanted to chop off the head of the Kaliraj. Immediately, he was not thinking anything else. He didn't apply, material world is a place of suffering. He didn't apply that. Immediately he removed his sword. Immediately removed his sword and he wanted to chop up and controlled. So much so that the presence of a pure devotee is so powerful that even Kali had to beg, sir, in your presence, still after giving me my 4 places, I don't have a place to stay. Why? Why does he say that? Until Pariksit Maharaj is there won't be such places existing where he can go and reside. Then he asked the 5th option. What was that? The world is all about gold. This world is all about gold. But for us, old is gold. Correct? Old is gold. Like you see, in our own Krishna consciousness movement, if you have studied in a university and if you have a very senior teacher coming and teaching, who is actually very old and has difficulty to walk also, From the material point of view, people feel sick of when he will कब ये बंद करेगा, कब ये जाएगा. Correct or not? कब ये बंद करेगा? That's the how it is. Life is, university or a school, अरे अभी किसका क्लास है? Sometimes then the children say, अरे वो बुड्ढे का क्लास है आज. That's how the world is today, But we see in Vaishnava life, in our Gaudiya Vaishnava life, in a life of Krishna consciousness movement, when we have our senior Vaishnavas like Sarvabhauma Prabhu is coming. Now from tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you will see the crowd to hear him. When he speaks, old is gold. This is in Krishna consciousness. You see the real example. When Indrajumna Maharaj came the other day, when he spoke, we all are standing there like a rock star has come, from the outside world, because they are speaking such nectarian katha of Krishna. They are speaking pastime with so deep absorption. When we hear that, our life completely changes. And this verses of Pariksit Maharaj begging is so special actually. It teaches us the mood of a devotee. We were visited by Bhakti Prem Maharaj, few days ago. Did he speak about Jagai Madai? No. Yesterday he gave a Bhagavatam class, day before yesterday, in Mayapur. And he spoke very beautiful. And when I was reading these verses from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, I happened to remember, Maharaj was mentioning that Rupa and Sanatan, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he takes sannyas, he goes to Puri. After going to Puri, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decides to go to Vrindavan. All of you know, right? While going to Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually crosses Bengal again. Goes to the house of Advaita Acharya, meets various Vaishnavas, and then crosses Bengal. And while he's crossing Bengal, he actually he stops at a place called Ramkeli. All of you know? He stops at Ramkeli. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramkeli was actually the territory of Hussain Shah, right? Hussain Shah. And it was a Mughal Empire. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on his journey to South India, he was dancing. And it is said, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance, it used to be like golden form, melted gold, because the hard gold doesn't change its shape, but the melted gold shines more, but it can change. So Mahaprabhu used to look like a melted gold in front of us in dancing. And people will go mad. Seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wherever Mahaprabhu would cross by, people will just take the dust from that place and just roll on their body. Put it on their whole body, on their children's body. That's how, wherever Mahaprabhu went. Now, this came to the news of Hussain Shah. Now, Hussain Shah, when he heard about it, he asked his minister, "Re, who is this person?" And it appears like he has a message. Because I am hearing that wherever he is going and dancing, people are following like mad. People are going mad. Someone who has a genuine message of the Lord can only attract humanity at large like this. Then the minister, one of the ministers, he mentioned that no, it is not like that. He's just a sentimentalist. He's passing by. We have already told him to move ahead from here. And then this Hussain Shah came to his finance minister and chief minister. You know who was his finance minister, chief minister? Huh? Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. So he asked them, you know who are they? Rupa and Sanatan. And he asked them, Are Baba, this mendicant sannyasi has come in Ramkeli, in our territory, and is dancing like a madman. Someone who has really the message of God like of our prophet can only attract people like this. And then Dabir Khas, Srila Rupa Goswami, he goes on glorifying with the verses about the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he says, just like the prophet came with the message of God, this time the Supreme Lord himself has come as a messenger. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, himself has come as his own messenger. Himself has come. And Hussain Shah, he becomes very impressed by hearing about him. Now, in this chapter, after this discussion, in the night, Sri Rupa and Sanatan, they decide that they will go and meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and beg for his mercy. Beg for his mercy. And this beautiful narration is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And there are like 15-20 verses about them meeting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and their discussion. And there's a beautiful message in this. We will chant those verses. Madhya Leela 1.84. Madhya Leela first chapter, verse number 184. Because when they come to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you want to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have to go to him first. To whom? No, to his pure devotee, Haridas Thakur. And then you will get Nityananda Prabhu. And then Nityananda Prabhu will give a message to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What? That Nityananda Chandra has come. So, this is beautiful verses. We can chant those verses together. It's there. Tanra duhi jana janela Prabhura gochare Tanra duhi jana janela Prabhura gochare Rupa sakara malika Aila tama dekhi bare Rupa sakara malika Aila tama dekhi bare Doi achatrina dune Dashana dhariya Dui achadina duhe Dashana dhariya Gale vastra bandi pade Dandavat hayya Dhanya rodana kore Ananda vivala Dhanya rodana kore Prabhu kahe utha utha हो Mangala Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Maya Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Maya Patita Pavana Jaya Jaya Mashaya Patita Pavana Jaya Mashaya Nija Jati Nicha Sangi Kori Nicha Kaja Kari nicha kaja Tumara agrite Prabhu Kohite Vashilaja Kohite Vashilaja Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Ramkeli. And Rupa and Sanatan, they have heard about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing Sankirtan. And already people were in tears and falling on the floor. When Rupa and Sanatan, they came to know about this, they spoke to their king, and then in the dead of the night, they made their way out to meet Lord Chaitanya. They went out to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when they reached, first they met Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, who actually tells, this is the first verse actually we were thinking. See, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur told Lord Chaitanya that the two personalities, Rupa and Sanatan, had come to see him. In great humility, both the brothers took the bunch of straw between their teeth and each binding a cloth around their neck fell down like a rod before the Lord. Upon seeing the Lord, the two brothers were overwhelmed with joy and out of humility began to cry. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked them, "Get up," and assured them that all well and good fortune. All glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the merciful savior of the fallen souls. All glories to the Supreme Personality. And then they say, "Sir, we belong to the lowest class of men. Our associates and employment are also of the lowest type. Therefore, we cannot introduce ourselves to you. We feel very ashamed standing here before you." Then Rupa Goswami quotes this verse, next verse. Mattulyo nasti papatma na paradhicha kaschana parihare api lajja me kim bhurve purushottama. My dear Lord, let us inform you that no one is more sinful than us, nor there anyone offender like us. Even if I wanted to mention our sinful activities, we would immediately become ashamed and what to speak about giving them up. This is the introduction of the chief minister and the finance minister of the state to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are introducing themselves to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the glorious of how they are teaching us how we are supposed to approach the Acharya, how we are supposed to approach a Vaishnava. This is the richness, you see now. People introduce that many devotees, many non-devotees, their introduction is what is their assets and where their children are studying and what they are doing now. That's the introduction of an individual in the world. But here is the introduction, what Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami are introducing us, how to introduce oneself. When you meet a sadhu, a Vaishnava, Acharya, I cannot say Supreme Lord. But when we meet the representative of the Lord, how one is supposed to be. And then the subsequent verses from 191 to 201. There, Rupa and Sanatan are holding hands with tears in their eyes. They are actually glorifying Jagai and Madai. They are glorifying Jagai and Madai in the next verses. We'll chant these beautiful verses together. पतित पावन हेतु तुम्हारा अवतार पतित तुम्हारा अवतार हम भाई जगते पतित नाही आर पतित नाही आर जगाई मदाई दुई कोरिले उद्धार जगाई मदाई दुई उद्धार ताहन उद्धारिते श्रम नाही लो तुम्हारा श्रम नाही तुम्हारा ब्रह्मांड ब्राह्मण जाति तारा नवदीप घोरी ब्राह्मण जाति तारा नीच सेवा नाही करे नाही नीचे रकुरपार नीच सेवा नाही करे नाही नीचे रकुरपार सब एक दोष तारा हाय पापचार पाप राशि देह नाम पाप राशि दहे नाम बाशियो तुम्हारा पाप राशि दहे नाम बाशे तुम्हारा तुम्हारा नाम लया तुम्हारा करिलो निंदना तुम्हारा नाम लया तुम्हारा करियो निंदना से नाम हइलो तारा मुक्तिर कारण জগাই মাদাই হইতে কোটি কোটি গুণা জগাই মাদাই হইতে কোটি কোটি গুণা অধম পতিত পাপী আমি দুই জনা আমি দুই জনা মলেচ জাতি মলেচ সেবা করি মলেচ কর্ম মলেচ জাতি করি মলেচ কর্ম গো ব্রাহ্মণ দ্রোহী সঙ্গে আমার সঙ্গম আমার সঙ্গম আমা উদ্ধারিয়া यदि देखो निज बल हमारा उद्धारिया दी देखाओ निज बल पतितन पावन नाम तब से सफल पतित पावन नाम तब से सफल हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम See the beautiful prayers. After introducing themselves, Rupa and Sanatan, they are telling Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the two brothers submitted, my dear Lord, you have incarnated to deliver the fallen souls. You should consider that in this world there is none so fallen than as us. You have delivered the two brothers Jagai and Madai, but to deliver them you did not have to exert yourself too very much. The brothers Jagai and Madai belongs to Brahmana caste, and their residence was the holy place of Navadip. They never served the low caste person, nor they were instrument to abominable activities. Jagai and Madai had but one fault. They were addicted to sinful activities. However, the volume of the sinful activities can be burned to the ashes simply by the dim reflection of the chanting of your holy name. Jagai Madai uttered your holy name by the way of blaspheming you. Fortunately, that holy name became the cause of their deliverance. We are millions and millions of times inferior to Jagai and Madai. We are more degraded and fallen and sinful than they. Actually, we belong to the caste of meat eaters because we are the servant of meat eaters. Indeed, our activities are exactly like those of meat eaters. Because we always associate with such people, we are inimical towards the cow and brahmanas. If you simply deliver us your transcendental strength, then certainly your name will be known as Patita Pavan, the savior of the fallen. See how beautiful this is. Now, the essence is, you know what? That Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they were under the Mughal king for a reason. You know what was that reason? Anyone knows what was the reason? Yes. For the protection of the Vaishnavas. Temples and the scriptures being destroyed in the Mughal era. But Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami wanted to save the life of Vaishnavas. Save the life of Vaishnavas. For that purpose, they thought, because the king offered them this service and they rejected it. And then he threatened them that if you don't take service under me, then I will kill all the devotees. For that reason, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they become chief ministers and prime minister, right? Prime minister and the finance minister of Hussain Shah. They take up these services just for the cause of saving the Vaishnavas. And when they meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when they are meeting, do you think Mahaprabhu doesn't know? Mahaprabhu knows it. But that is the beauty of devotional life. That is the beauty of a missionary. That is the beauty of living a life of a missionary. Because one is so absorbed in achieving his task to the Lord that he forgets himself, considers himself the most unqualified, and always feels that only the mercy of Vaishnavas and the Lord can save me. This is the upadhi, this is the consciousness rewarded to a missionary. Rewarded. Why? They are saving the Vaishnavas and they are standing in for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with grass, straw in their mouth, holding their mouth like this, putting a cloth and telling, we are the most fallen, we need your mercy. Just imagine the mood. Similar, this verse speaks about Pariksit Maharaj. Who's Pariksit Maharaj? Who controlled the Kali, put him in place. And he's standing in front of devotees and telling that it is the will of the Lord. Because I'm so attached. I'm so attached. Actually, this is the beauty of the mercy of the Lord, actually. Because the material world is so dangerous. The moment a devotee thinks I am someone, he has to fell down from there. But when one is totally absorbed in serving the Lord, he only has one thing in his heart. His mission to the Lord, Lord's mission in his mind, and his heart is always praying that I am unqualified, how can I achieve this for you? His mind is always thinking about achieve the mission of the Lord, and his heart is always praying, how I am unqualified to render this service of yours. And he prays and cries. This is the essence of this verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita and this verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that the Vaishnava is rewarded, and that is what we should all always have. We should never get carried away by our fame, name and beauty, our qualification and money. Whenever we are dealing with devotees, we have to be extra cautious that how much patit we are. And that will not come superficially. He will say, Prabhu ji, मैं कितना पापी हूँ. Actually हम लोग सही में पापी है. मैं कितना पापी हूँ नहीं, हम बहुत पापी है, बहुत पापी है. But still, we should superficially, it is very difficult to say also, मैं बहुत पापी हूँ, प्रभु जी थोड़ा कृपा कर दो. प्रभु जी को भी समझ में आता है कितना बदमाश है, But I'm telling you, if you take up the mission of the Lord in your heart and your mind, and your existence in the creation, in the material world, is for that purpose, you will be rewarded with this consciousness that my mission of the Lord is so big and I'm so insignificant, unqualified. Only by begging to the Lord and His devotees, I will be able to be an instrument in His mission. Srila Prabhupada ki. This is the mood. We all have to work hard, and then we have to be busy in the mission. Recently, there was Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's Vyasa Puja. So there was glorification about Maharaj. And he had such a heroic life. He was in America studying in a university, one of the top universities. And Maharaj was such a speaker. Maharaj was such a speaker. It is said that he came across Srila Prabhupada books and got very influenced by devotees. But in the college, he used to be a preacher of political parties. Even in colleges there are, political parties, they have their representative. He says, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was such a speaker that both the Republican and Democratic, the leaders, both were waiting that as soon as this fellow comes out of the university, we should give a book position and get him for us. But Prabhupada picked him. Srila Prabhupada picked him. And Sri Prabhupada disciples know, they exemplified the vision and the mission that our goal is to win the world. They would live like that. Live like that means, if you live like that, you do like that. If you live that we have to win the world, then you do like this. You think so big. So it is mentioned that Maharaj, in the Western Africa, he wanted to meet a king of Ghana. You know the story? Very famous story. So Maharaj thought how to meet him. And it's a very poor country also. This is 25 years old story. Maharaj books one of the most best car hiring showrooms. He books the best model of limousine car with 6 doors to pick him up at the airport. To pick him when he comes to that country, to pick him up at the airport. And he comes up to that airport, and already outside the airport people are waiting. Who is coming that this car has come to pick him up? And Maharaj comes out and gets into the car and straight goes to the king's palace. Straight goes to the king's palace. Takes the driver, take to the king's palace. And he gets at the gate of the palace. And the security guards, they look at the limousine and they're surprised. And they look inside the car. And they look at Maharaj. Maharaj looks at them gravely and smiles. And they smile and open the door. They smile and open the door. And then Maharaj goes into the gate. And the person who's standing there opens the gate. And just allows Maharaj straight go into the palace living room. And then the king gets a news that some great personality with a limousine has come. He has an appointment with you. Actually, Maharaj did not have an appointment. Maharaj did not have an appointment. But he thought about doing this. And Krishna gave intelligence and he did it. And he went there and he met the king. And later on he became a spiritual counselor to that king. That's how big they would think, Prabhupada disciples. And we should have this disease. Because they read Srila Prabhupada books and they have so much faith in Prabhupada books. Bhaktivedanta purports can change this whole world. His disciple, Srivas Prabhu, was telling another story. Srivas Prabhu was preached by Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. You know Srivas Prabhu. He told another amazing story about the magic of the book distribution and book distributors. He said one day they were doing Harinam in Africa. And while they were doing Harinam, one person from the top of a building was waving hand to them like this. And he told them, please come. And he took those 5-6 devotees to his house and he made them sit. And he told them, because they were having also books with them, I'll do Harinam. So he told them that, I am a Christian missionary. I'm a Christian missionary. And I preach. You know the story? I preach. And actually, I got a book from people who were dressed like you. And he showed the book, Path of Perfection. He said, I read this book and I gave a class in our congregation of our church. And all the congregation came and told me, in the last 20 years, this is the best class you gave. Actually, I quoted from this book, he said. And then he took all the set of books of Srila Prabhupada from that person. That is the magic of Srila Prabhupada's books. That's see, miracles come like this when you go out like a missionary. That's the purpose of human life, to live like this. There's no other reason. If there is some other reason, that reason will pull your consciousness down and your life will be a struggle. Spiritual journey will be a struggle. The spiritual journey should be like this, in this verse. Always keeping the mission of the Lord in our mind and praying. Because if that is only in our mind, nothing else can distract us. We'll have the courage to overcome all shortcomings. All the shortcomings. Because we are not living for ourselves now. We are living for the mission. For the mission. When you live for the mission, then you have only one thing, how to perceive it. And then you will be gifted with this consciousness. It can be only perceived by begging to the Lord and His devotees. And this verse, somehow I just remembered this verse of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. So take up Krishna consciousness mission very seriously, and as much as possible spread the glories of the holy name and Srila Prabhupada's books. Personally, I feel very inspired to come to Aktapur. All of you wonderful devotees here are taking care of the temple and the deities so nicely. Especially Chaitanya Avatar Prabhu, Sachinandan Hari Prabhu, Radhakant Prabhu, and our Pujari. He was sitting here. Where is he? Param Aradhya Prabhu. No, Param. Sorry? I am sorry. Parmanand Puri Prabhu. Beautifully dresses all the pujaris together. Everyone, senior devotee who is visiting here is very happy with this wonderful, leadership here. All of you, Radhakant Prabhu, Nityanand Chandra, his videos recently I was seeing, he was giving some chikki to some beggar. He said, Prasad khana chahiye. Sabko khana chahiye. Saw the video? Sabko khana chahiye. And Madhur Kanai Prabhu's Kirtan and class, Hindi class, especially the grip he has. All of you making the videos, a very beautiful project. I feel very inspired to come here to see all of you. Thank you very much and keep up the spirit. There's a great need to preach outside of India. And there is a great need to train devotees who visit India. I want Aktapur devotees should play a big role in this. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. We already gone out of time, so no questions.
Shri Guru Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam